Hi friends, my name is Zahir Khan, and today we will talk about our 10th class lesson, chapter 12, World Between the World War. So in the introduction part, we will talk about the lifestyle, the living standard of the people, especially the European continent people, through the historian Eric Hobsbawm. According to him, the lifestyle of the people of the 20th century, he's telling that he's called the age of extremes. Age of extremes means very strong in belief and putting more effort in the work, doing more. Okay? Whatever they do, whether they work in the industrial field or education, whatever they do more than the requirement. They put more efforts onto that. That is the reason he called age of extremes. So it is not bad to practice for more hours, to work for more hours. It is, if it is in good sense, it is good. But if it is in bad sense, it will have a side effects. Like we can say that too much is too bad. So here the example will be get fit if we talk about the fascism. Have been get practice in the European continent because most of the countries at the time got advanced and some of the countries adopted the ideology of fascism. So if I could say about the fascism means the extremist people, means like a terrorist, okay, to get their control over the other countries, to the other peoples. They can do anything, whether it is good or bad. They can kill the person, they can rob the things of the person, they can make the slave other person. So spiritually they can kill or they can injure other person to get the control over the territory or over the other person. This is called fascism. So if I could talk about the continent, one hand the fascism was taking place in that region, and another hand if I talk about the democracy also growing in that region. In the democracy means the people having right to choose their own leader. Like if I could say, give an example of India, like how we are having a rights to vote and choose our leader. So likewise the same thing is happen in the democracy. And further if I could talk about I'm sorry for the disturbance. So let us continue our topic. So if I could talk about the education in the European continent at that time, it was very high. The literacy level was very high. Most of the people in the European continent was educated. If I talk about the life expectancy was also increased at that time due to the discovery in the science and invention in the medicine field. So very less people used to die at that time. And the people was very much advanced in the art, movies. And if I could say, the European continent at that time was on its peak, especially in the industrial field. It was very much advanced. So this was the lifestyle and the culture of the people at that time in the Europe, very much like today what we are seeing in the world, like it was same at that time. And if I talk about the superpower at that time, so what we are having today, the superpower, the two superpower we are having today, one is USSR, which is called Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, and another is USA, United States of America. If I talk about the politics, the government of USSR, how the USSR work, it is the socialist government or communist government. So what will happen in that government, socialist governments, all the money we generate from the school, hospital, industries, companies, or the small scale industries or big scale industries, whatever the organization or company is there, whatever the money will get generated from those organizations, that money will go to the government. The government having control all the money which get generated through the factory, industry, school, colleges. The government take all the money and give the salaries to the people according to the government, to just make the equal distribution of money among the people. So whereas if I talk about the democracy, liberal democracy, like we are having in our India, same like America. So what was happen in the democracy, liberal democracy, all the money which we earn through the business, through school, colleges, hospitals, industries. So whatever the money we generate, we earn, through our business, that money, we only keep the money. We will not give to our government. We are having very good constitution in our India, that we are having rights to keep our property, to keep our money in our pocket. So same in America also. So whatever the money they earn, their citizen. So in the democracy, liberal democracy, they are having rights to keep all the money. So this is the reason. This is the difference between Russia and USA. Russia, all the money goes to the government and they give the salary to the people. And in democracy, all the money people only keep their pocket. So this is about the World War. We will continue this topic, okay, after a short break. First World War. First World War took place between 1914 to 1918. They fought for 4 years, the First World War, and the battle took place between these two groups. One is called Triple Alliances, led by Germany, and the alliances of Germany was Italy and Austria-Hungary. And Austria is not Australia. Some students think that, when we talk about the Austria, they think that the continent Australia. That is different. It is a continent, Australia, and this is Austria, okay, Austria, Austria. Huh? It is the country of Europe, and Australia is a continent. Another thing I want to say that Austria-Hungary, at the time of First War, it was a one country. Austria-Hungary, it was a one country. And another group, which is called Triple Entity, Triple Entity, and Britain was taking the lead of this group, and their alliances was France and Russia. So the fight between these two groups, we will discuss what are the reasons and consequences, or what are the reason behind this World War. We will talk all those things, but as if now, just we will discuss. The First World War took place between 1914 to 1918 among these two groups, and after that the Triple Alliances was defeated. The victory, Britain and France, they defeated Germany, and after the end of Germany, the Triple Entity got victory over this Triple Alliances. They defeated all the Germany and its alliances, Italy and Austria. So in this way, the First World War finished. So now we will read what are the causes and what are the reasons behind this World War, and why this World War took place, and why they fight for so many years, for 4 years. What are the reasons behind this much a big war? If you're talking about the World War, means almost all the countries were participated at the time, means it's a big war. So why this war took place? So these are the causes for the world wars. So what are the causes? The first cause and the reason of the World War was aggressive nationalism. So now, what is aggressive nationalism? So what happened in the European continent, as we was discussed earlier, that the people of European continent, some countries adopted democracy and some country adopted fascism. Fascism, as I told you before, fascism means aggressive form of ruling, like terrorist. They can beat other person, they can steal their property, they can brutally beat other person, they can capture their territory like a terrorist. So the same seed they will bow into the citizens, and so all the citizens of the country become like terrorists. So this thing was happening in the countries like Germany and Italy. So if I talk about Germany, they follow Nazism, and if I talk about Italy, at the time they adopted fascism. So what they did, they think at that time, so they can, I can say that, they can teach to their citizen, like, how we are having in India, how we people live together with the happiness, with brotherhood, with love and affection. So they can teach this kind of things to the, this especially German and Italy, but what they have done, they want to take the supremacy on the world. So they think that already the Britain and their alliances, they are having the control on the world, on the business and everything. So this group, the Germany and their alliances, they think that if they will become aggressive, if they will become a dominate like evil, so they think that probably the other countries will be get afraid from them, and they will get the domination and the supremacy on the world. Other hand, we can see that now also we can I can say that we can control over the things by our hard work and spending money and putting effort. But these people, they don't care about all those things. What they think, they like simple, like how terrorists and how this decade, So likewise, they are thinking that if they could beat other person, if they could control, if they could capture their territories by threatening them, by robbing them, by kidnapping them, all these things done by the illegal people, how the rowdies they do, likewise they used to do in the territory. So by this, what happened, the tension was built up in the European region, and this is the reason only the conflict between these two groups was taken due to this aggressive nationalism. And what is this fascism, and what is this what I can say adopted by the Germany was Nazism. So we are having a separate topic about this particular topic, fascism and Nazism. So as if now, I want to tell you that they are like a terrorist, okay, who I can say that who create terror among the people, by their force, by their brutal manner of killing others, innocent people, threatening them, killing them, beating them, and taking money from them, and controlling their territory. So by doing this kind of illegal activities, they will put their efforts, like criminal, how they will terror other people. So likewise, these people used to do. So as if it is enough for you to understand. So when the topic will come, we will discuss detail about this topic. So this is the aggressive nationalism. So in the country, what they used to do in the country, the leaders, the government, they make themselves like a fascism, like who beat others, who get control on others by beating, by threatening, by taking their properties. So the same thing they will teach to their nation. The people who live in that country, they will give the same teaching to the people to do the same thing. So in this way, they develop this kind of destructive people. You see, if one leader is like that, and he make all the people and citizens of the country in the same destructive mood, for what reason? To capture another country. So now we are having a limitation. Even if you could see, if you make a military, we are having a military considered a limitation. A few lakhs people we create as a military, but here crore people who live in the country they are making as a military itself, for destructive. That too is for a wrong reason, and how dangerous for the world, and how dangerous for the democracy, and how dangerous for the humanity. This is the reason only the aggressive nationalism took place. And the next reason or cause of the World War was imperialism. Okay. So what was there in the imperialism? It is very simple thing. It's very, very simple topic. If you have any problem with the English, if you can understand Hindi, then I have already created a video in Hindi. You can go and watch those videos. So here I'm just giving, by using the simple words, I'm not using any vocabulary, because there is no vocabulary there in the social studies reader. So why could I use the vocabulary and make you more, make it more difficult? So very simple topics I am using. Just I want to give you the easy explanation. Now the next is imperialism. So what was happened in the imperialism? Now, as I said, this particularly Britain and France, Russia, especially if I talk about the Britain, at that time he was a superpower. So what he used to do, he used to go to another country, because as I said before, the European continent, okay, they have already, I can say that they are having industries, they invented new machineries. They are I can say that well developed industries they are having. They need a raw material which they use in the industries. Like if I could say, what are the raw materials? Means natural resources. Suppose if I give example, even they control our country, they make us slaves for 200 years, the Britain people, and they came here initially for the business, to do the business with us, and later what they have done, they have captured our resources, they have captured our country, and they make us slave. So the same thing this Britain and this side used to do at the time of 20th century, they go to the different continent, Asia and Africa. And what they used to do, they will purchase, they purchase the raw material from them, the natural resources, whatever they are having. If I talk about our natural resources in India, we are having the rice and the wheat and these all agriculture products. And also, if I could talk about just example, agriculture products and including cotton, from which we make our dresses, okay, and minerals and all these things. So they used to take all these things and they will send to the European continent and they will make more money. We are having another lesson. We will discuss all these things. As if now we need to understand what is the meaning of imperialism, highest level of capitalism, where what they do, they go to the another country, simply they capture all the raw material and natural resources, and they will make all the country slave. They will make all the people slave of their country. So they used to practice in the imperialism. And so as I said before, the Britain having control in most of the continents and countries. So same thing want to do the Germany. Germany was a strong competitor of Britain, and German want to take the supremacy over the world. He want to become a super power. So what he did, he started to fight with the Britain for the raw material. Wherever they are searching for the raw material or for the minerals, the same the German was used to do. He was also go to that place, and his competitor was Britain. He used to fight with them for the territory, to get to control over the territory. And later, after taking all the raw materials and resources, and after manufacturing, again they will come to that country for the business, and again they will fight with each other to get the place for business. One side they will fight for the place, to capture the place. Another side they will fight for the business, who will do the business at that area. So this was the two reasons, which took place in the imperialism. I hope you will understand. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Very simple topic it is. And next topic we will discuss in the next slide. I will be back in a moment. Thanks. So we are talking about the causes for the world wars. We have already talked about the aggressive nationalism, and we talk about the imperialism. Now we will talk about the secret alliances. So what happened? Why they have made the secret alliances? The reason behind that, as I told you, the German and their group, they make themselves in the destructive mood, and they started to capture the other territories, other countries, either for the raw material basis or for the another reasons, to get the control. So they started to capture. Germany started to capture few places of France. So what the Germany was doing, he started to capture the territory of France. He captured few places, and what they did, Germany, the vice chancellor of the Germany, his name was Germany vice chancellor. His name, afterwards I will tell you the name of the vice chancellor. Bismarck. Bismarck was the vice chancellor of Germany, and he was capturing the places of France. And what he was doing at the time, Germany, he wanted to make the united Germany, because Germany was divided into so many small, I can say that, kingdoms and small other, I can say that, regions. So he wanted to make a one Germany, one nation, and also he was capturing the other places. So and what he was doing, he was isolating the France in that region. He is making the France separate with other countries. So France find threatened against the Germany. He was getting fear that Germany will attack on France and he will capture the France. So what he did, France was make the alliance with the Britain, defense pact alliance. Okay, in case of any war from the Germany, then Britain and Russia will give the support to the France. Okay, they have make one group. So in this way, and same the Germany also make some friends, Austria and Italy, in that group, which is called the Triple Alliance. So this destructive gangs, okay, these destructive countries, dangerous countries and their groups become a third cause of the World War, which is called secret alliances. And the next, Balkan militarism. So militarism is also a major cause of the world wars. Why? Because the international community who give the order to make certain limit of arm ammunition, for making of arm ammunition for a country, for its defense. So what the international community have given the military expenditure, European dollar 132 million, European dollar 132 million dollar permission the international community was given to this European country, so they can make the arm ammunition of this much amount. So what these people did, so they make 3 times more than the permission. How much permission was given? 132 million. But these people extended to 397 millions European, almost 3 times. You can see almost 3 times they used to make. They just what I can say that, how they just not listen to the international community. They have given the permission for 132 million European dollar, but they exceed the permission from 132 million dollar to 397 million dollar, which is very, very huge. I can say that, if that's much amount I can say that much quantity if someone can make, it is very destructive for the country, not destructive for the world. So what they used to do when they make their defense, their military, they used to follow 3 things. The first things, the massive army. Like you see, if the amount of army is very big, huge army, the people, the enemy will get, I can say that, fear by seeing the number, the huge number of the soldiers. So first thing they give focus on the quantity, the mass military. And the next thing what they have done, second, given weapons to them. See, if we are having a lots of soldier and they are empty soldier, empty with the empty hand, anybody can kill them. So what the second thing they gave weapons to them. So if you are having a military and having the weapons, it is very dangerous, na? And third thing what they did, they need the weapons to make. So they started the weapon industries where they produce lots of weapons. So these 3 destructive things and this strategy and this explosive, I can say that, arm ammunition, it become a cause of a world war. And the next point, if I talk about Balkan politics, this is also very important point. Balkan region, it is a region, European region. Balkan politics is a region. So what happened in the Balkan region? It was Ottoman Empire was there at that time. So after the downfall of the Ottoman Empire, there was a conflict taken between the Russia and the Turkey to get the supremacy, to get the control over the Balkan region. So in this Balkan region, they have Mediterranean Sea and the Black Sea. So to take over the Mediterranean Sea and Black Sea, these 2 countries, Turkey and Russia, continuously fighting in this region. So it became a cause of the world war, and also other countries was of course participated in that region. And another point is another cause of the world war was immediate cause. What is the spark which make a big fire? So the cause was, immediate cause of the world war was on June 20th 1914. What happened? Archduke Franz Ferdinand, okay, he is the crown prince of Austria. As I said before, Austria is a country of Europe, right? An alliance of the Germany. So Austria having control over one country, Bosnia, okay? Austria having control over this country, Bosnia, okay? Like this, okay? This country, Austria, having control over Bosnia. Like, how we are having control, European people have control in India. So likewise, this Austria country, they capture Bosnia. So the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, he is a son of Austria king. So he is the son of Austria king. His name is Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He is a crown prince. Next king. He will become a next king once his father will get die. So his father was the king of Austria. So this Ferdinand, he visit to Bosnia. As I told that Bosnia was under the control of Austria. So just he visit that country on 28 June 1914. So what happened once he visit to the Bosnia, another country was there, Serbia, the neighboring country of Bosnia, and their rebel, their fighter, okay, their soldiers. I can say that the people, not soldier, like so common people, okay, but having power. Okay, so these people, rebellion people, they were sitting in the Bosnia. So once this Archduke Franz visited in the Bosnia, these people killed, the Serbian people killed that crown prince. I hope you understand. It's very simple. Austria, this is a country of European, an alliance of Germany, and they capture one country called Bosnia, and Archduke Franz Ferdinand, he is a son of Austrian king. He visited to the Bosnia, and some people from the neighboring country of Bosnia, Serbia, they were sitting in the Bosnia. Once he visited to the Bosnia, he killed by the rebellion. The rebellion killed the crown prince, the son of king. So the Austrian king, he was very much angry that how dare he killed to the crown prince, and he was given an ultimatum to the Serbian that whoever involved in this conspiracy and in the murder of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, hand over the guilty within the 48 hours. Otherwise, he is going to attack on Serbia. So what happened after 48 hours was passed? In fact, 1 month was passed, but he did not get any reply. So what he did, the king of Austria, he attacked on Serbia to take a revenge of his son. But what happened once he attacked, when he attacked after 1 month, means on July. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have any space here. So just I will say verbally. On July, after 1 month, July 28, 1914. Okay, after 1 month. So Serbia having the defense pact with France. See what happened after 1 month. So you can also remember the date of the First World War was 28 July 1914. So what he did, this Austria attack on Serbia, and Serbia, as I said, he is having already the defense pact with the France. So anything happen with the Serbia, France will support him. So as this Austria attack to the Serbia, this France attack on Austria, and as France involved, the Germany also attack on France. As Germany entered, Britain saw that Germany was entered, and Britain also entered in this war. Later, Italy and Russia, all the countries, one after other, they join, and same like how we fire one tinder matchbox, one tinder and put it into the matchbox, how the fire will be get explosive. So likewise, that time European continent was getting burned. So it's a massive war taken place. So this much we have learned in the causes for the world war, and next topic we will read in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please take care of yourself and stay safe, and always wash your hand, okay, and wear your mask and keep 6 feet distance. Take care of you and your family. Jai Hind. So we will continue our topic, the world between the world wars. So previously we talked about how the world war taken place. Now after the world war, into the world war, we will talk about the world after the First World War. The Treaty of Versailles took place in the year of 1990 in the Versailles city of France, and the reason why they have done this treaty, to impose the taxes, to impose the penalty, or to put the terms and condition on the defeated powers like Germany and their alliances. As I told you that, like triple alliance was defeated by triple entity. Britain is the victorious group. They got the victory. So Britain and their alliances put the terms and condition on the German side. So what they put there, terms and condition, they broken those country into the small nations. So again they will not become powerful, and again they will not fight with this country. So with that reason, they will make the pieces of those countries into the small nation. So with this they have made the small nation of Austria-Hungary. Before Hungary was a one country before the First World War, and after the First World, they will make it into the two pieces. Austria and Hungary is a different country, and after that, they have created another new countries like Finland and other countries also. They have make new countries after the Treaty of Versailles, and so and also they force those defeated powers to change their countries. Okay, who countries where the emperor was there, they told them to either accept a democracy or republic and change their fascist government. Okay, they force them to change their fascist government and adopt either democracy or republic. So with this changes, the Turkey become republic, and other countries also change their ideology. And after the Treaty of Versailles, the League of Nations formed in 1920 to prevent the war. So the basic purpose of the League of Nations to prevent the war in the future. The war should be not take place in the future. And what they did, they reduced the quantity of manufacturing arms and ammunition. They stopped the manufacturing of arms and ammunition, and they will concentrate on the welfare of the labor and the humanity. So this was happen in the League of Nations. Now after that, we will read another topic called Russian Revolution. Very interesting. Just give me a second. I will just see in the slide. So we will continue our topic. The Russian Socialist Revolution from 1917 to 1922. Why this revolution took place in Russia? The reason behind is that if we talk about Russia at that time, it was a very big country, and if I talk about the size of population, it's almost the population was there in Russia 156 million population, and after China and India, the third rank in the size of population was in Russia. So that is the reason only Russia used to call at that time Europasia, because that much population they are having. And if I talk about the countries which included at that time in the Russia was Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, all these countries, we are having separate today. So at that time, they used to be join in the Russia. At that time, it was very big. So, and if I talk about the livelihood of the Russian people at that time, it was agriculture. So now we will talk about why this revolution took place in the Russia. Why the people agitate in Russia. The reason behind is that the Caesar, he was the emperor of Russia. What he did, he sent lots of soldiers, in the military without knowing any reason. He involved in the first war. He sent his large army into the military. So almost 2 million soldiers and civilians died in the First World War. So that is the reason only the people of Russia become so angry that, why he sent that much army in the World War, and there is a lots of food shortage, because the food is going to send to those soldiers, so the food is not getting by the citizen of Russia. And another thing is that, this is the first reason, and another reason is that there is a conflict between peasants and landlords. So landlords, they capture all the lands in Russia of the farmers, and farmers they have to work on wages on the like a rented land they have to work. So it's very difficult for the farmers. So one hand, there is a struggle of farmer we are seeing in the Russian region. Another hand, lots of people have been get died in the war, and there is a shortage of food because lots of food has been get supplied to those soldiers who are fighting in the world war. So the people got so much, I can say, that burden, stubborn with the king. So they started the agitation. So how they started the agitation? So the first started from the lady Marfa. Okay, she is one lady who was working in the telephone factory. So what she did, she stopped the machine. Okay, then her supervisor asked, why you are stopping the machine? She said because for a piece of bread. So her supervisor, what she did, she was given a piece of bread. Then Marfa told that I am not fighting for my stomach, I am just fighting for other hunger, other citizens of Russia who are not getting the food. So by seeing that this woman Marfa protesting in the company, other worker also closed the factory. So what they did, they come on the streets, almost 10,000 women. See how the women having the power, you see. So all these women came on the street, almost 10,000 women on the St. Petersburg, is a city of Russia where the protest has been done. So once the teaser know about this protest, what he did, he was get very angry. How dare a woman, did this much big protest for against him, that too against him. So he was very much angry, and he sent his army to kill those people to stop that protest. So what happened by when once the army went to that woman, what the army did, instead of killing those women and instead of stopping those protests, what they did, the army also joined the protest, because the army people, they saw they are also like us. So what they saw, the women, whatever they are doing protest, they are doing for a right reason, they are doing for a right cause. So the military, the soldiers, they are also joined this protest. So after seeing this military people join the protest, the teaser Nicholas II scared that and what he think, he's going to be get killed by those soldiers. So he just escaped from the country and he go to another country for shelter. So after escaping of King Teaser Nicholas, Russian having a small king, after that small dynasty came and they can control on the Russia, but they are not going to be get ruled on Russia, because Russian people is already fed up with this monarchy government or with the kingdoms. And what happens, the same thing is that no one can control and rule on Russia. So after that, what happened, one party take place, one party came which is called Communist Party, Bolshevik. What they did, they just collect all the working class people, they will in a one place, and said that okay, they are going to make a party called Bolshevik, and their ideology is communist. So they started to gain control in the region of Russia, and also people also supporting this Communist Party, because they are seeing that what they are doing, it is fair for the country. As I told you before, the communist means it is a socialism where all the property, whatever earned by the industrialists, banks or school, hospital, that go to the government, and government give the equal distribution of salary to the people. So the people of Russia got happy and they did welcome of this party and they participated, and all the Russian people want to adopt this communism, socialist communist party. And the leader of this party was Vladimir Lenin from 1870 to 1924. So he was the leader of this party. So what he did initially, whatever the land was there, he seized all the lands from the landlords and given free to the farmers. And it is a big achievement for the farmers, and the people, the country of the people got so much happy by doing this action. It's a very big, I can say that, achievement for the communism, they have divided this land among the poor farmer. And we will talk about some more interesting things in the next slides. Keep smiling. So our next topic is Vladimir Lenin from 1870 to 1924. As I told you before, he was a leader of a Bolshevik party and he was a communist leader, and all the people of Russia used to support him. So as I told you before, he did so many things for the Russian people, especially for the farmer. He took the land from the landlords and gave this land free of cost to the farmer. With this action, all the people of Russia was get happy, and he was become so popular in the Russian region. But his enemy was not happy with him. And who was his enemy? His enemies are in the Russian region, the White Army. Okay, White Army who was there. White Army is their color. Russian colors are white now, so it is called White Army. Was there at that time in Russian region. Few people whose color was white, and those who are in the army. That is the reason only it was called White Army. And this White Army are against. White Army is against from Vladimir Lenin, and another two other parties was also there along with the White Armies. It was monarchy. Monarchy means the kingdoms, okay, who are related to the kingdoms, and this dynasty also against with the communist. And another enemy was monarchy and anti-communist, those who doesn't like communities. Those three groups, okay, White Russian Army, monarchy and anti-communists, they used to fight against the communist party, against this Vladimir Lenin. And who gave support to this party? The victorious power, Britain, US, France, these powers, they used to give the support to this parties, because they give this support to them because they don't want to see the popularity of the communism, because they think communism is going to get control over the world, and once the communists will control the world, then it is dangerous for the democracy, and the people will not keep black money in their pockets. All the people will get the same amount of salary. So this people doesn't want to doesn't want to see that communists will become popular in the world. So just they want to suppress the community, just they want to finish the community. So they give support to these three enemies of communism. But what happened, civil war, after some time, civil war also finished, because the people of Russia was totally happy with the communism and they want this culture. So these three enemies also become a friend of Vladimir Lenin. And after the Vladimir Lenin, the next leader of the party was okay. Now let us talk some more about this revolution. So what are the critics? Okay, what are the critics got from the different country, like if I could say, in India, from India, our leader, okay, M.N. Roy, he said, okay, what are the appreciation the Russian got on the victory of communism? The M.N. Roy, our leader, said it is a big victory of Kyrgyz small farmers who fought against a big king. It's a very big, I can say that, appreciation for them, because they are very poor and small people that doesn't have any arms and ammunition, and such fight with such a big emperor. It's a very big, I can say that, appreciation for them, because it's not an easy task. But here M.N. Roy appreciate them, how they fight with the emperor and how they got the victory. Is just appreciating those farmers, Kyrgyz. And another our leader, okay, poet, Rabindranath Tagore, okay, he wrote Jana Gana Mana, and he also appreciated. He said that, okay, it's like, it's a nightmare, it's a dream, like how genie of a lamp, how they fulfill the wish. it looked like the same, how the small people fight against the big emperor and the big government, and they got victory over them. So this was the appreciation. However, our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru also appreciated them about the communism and about the people who got the victory over this king. So, but he said that there are some disadvantages of the communism. The big disadvantage of the communism is that there is only single party is there, only communism is there. There is no multi-party like we are in India. We are having so many parties like Congress. We are having the BJP. Okay, so many parties. Likewise, KCR, our Prime Minister party, our Chief Minister party. So many parties we are having here in India, if I could say. So that is the multi-party system. So we cannot compare with the India. India is a special country. So that is the only thing which is lacking there in the communism. That is that they don't have the multi-party system, only single-party communism. So he said, but otherwise he appreciated the communism. Okay, after the Vladimir Lenin, another leader born who took the place of Vladimir Lenin in the Bolshevik party. Next leader was Stalin. Okay, Stalin, after the Vladimir, the next leader of Bolshevik party was Stalin. Okay, he took the charge of Russia, and what he did, he make a 5-year plan, and his 5-year plan, he gave the development to the agriculture. So we will continue our topic, world between the world wars. So as I was saying in the previous slide, I was talking about the rise of Stalin. So the next leader of a Bolshevik party, so he was given his development through the twin plans on agriculture and as well as industry. So in this way he give strength to the Russia, and he will grow the economic of Russia. So now we will talk about the impact of Russian Revolution on the world. Okay, as I told you before, what was the appreciation they got about the Russian people, about their communist government, or about the people who fight against the teaser. So as I said before, our leaders M.N. Roy, they appreciated M.N. Roy and Rabindranath Tagore, and our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, they appreciated and the communism, but they criticized the single party system, one party system. Now we will continue our topic. Our next topic is the economic depression. Okay, the economic depression from 1929 to 1939. So what is economic depression? Means the money, okay, the shortage of money, how the economic get down of the country after the World War. Because there is a huge loss in the World War. They lost the property, they lost the life. So of course the impact will be going to get on the countries. So we will see the countries how they suffered after the World War, or what are how the economic get collapse. How the economic value they lost the value. So all these things we will read. So what happened there? After the World War, the people become very poor because they lost their wealth in the World War. They lost their life. So if I talk about the products, nobody is going, no one having the money to buy the products. So they stop making their goods in the factories. So the cost become more expensive of those products because no one is buying their products. So automatically the price become so high of those products. And another thing is that the shortage of I can say that I can say unemployment was there. Shortage of food and unemployment was there because of this loss. There is a huge unemployment there, especially if I talk about America. Almost 25% population of America became unemployment. If I talk about other countries of the world, it grows to almost 33% unemployment. People lost their jobs. And further, if I could talk about the countries, the people who are dependent upon the agriculture, the government told them to reduce the price because the people who don't have money to buy the fruit, buy the food. So the agriculture farmers, they reduce the price up to 60%. So they are not getting any benefit. The farmers, they are huge loss. They are getting more poor because they are not getting any benefit in those agriculture products. And because they have to reduce their price. So this was the problem which they are facing in this region, in these countries. So we will talk in the next slide what are the other our economics, what are the economics saying about this depression, why this depression take place. We will understand through our economist. So what are the reason of the economic depressions? So what our economist, okay, who will take care of the money in the country. So these are the economics in our country. Also we are having the economics who will take care of the money, how the money is going from the country or coming, import, export, and all those things where we are investing the money. All these things taken care by the economics. Like in our home, our mom is there who will take care of the money of our father. She knows that where she have to invest the money. So likewise we are having the economists in the world and in the countries who will take care of the money and their issues and their investment. So what they said, experts, economists, they say that Marxists say why the depression take place. The reason behind is capitalism. So what they did, most of the European countries, they invest the money in other countries to get the benefit rather than spending on their own country and get the benefits and create the jobs for the people and make the industries and develop those countries. What they have done, instead of this, they go unnecessary, they make the other countries slaves and they capture other countries and they do so much investment. If I talk about India itself, they have, of course, they have took so many things for our country, but the thing is, they have just spent the money on us. They have make the railway track in India. Why all those things are required to create in other country. So that is the reason only he's saying the Marxist capitalism unnecessary. He spends so much money, this country spend on other countries, so that this will become a cause of depression. And according to the J.M. Keynes, okay, he's another economist, he is saying that state is responsible for this depression. So if I could say that, why the state is responsible, because on time when the state was saying the depression was taken place, so that time only he have to resolve that issue. They have to take the action. They have to stop the depression. So like, if I could talk about our country, suppose, if we can, see the prices will get high in tomatoes, or we can see that, in the onion. So what the government, they will do, they will reduce the price. They will not they will not keep a stand and seeing that, the prices become so much high. So on time, they will reduce the price and they will handle the situation. But here in this case, this government, they have not taken any action. Just they was watching, like spectators, like how we watch the movies. So just they are watching that. They have not taken any action on the time. That is the reason only the depression was taken place. Another economics, Keynes, he is saying that, again he is blaming to the state, and he is telling that, state should generate the funds. Once they are saying that there is a depression taken place, why the state have not generated the funds? The state should have a backup plan. They should generate the funds, and they should help those people, like, if I said, unemployed people, and the people who lost the job, they should give the money to them, and from those money the people will start a new job. So this is the thing which have been not take place during the depression. That is the reason only they saw a big depression at that time. So in our country also, we are seeing so many problems we are facing after this corona, but hats off to the leaders of our country. They are doing very good job, if I could say, in the central or in the state. Our government are doing all the things which can help to the poor people. Even people itself of our country are helping to the poor people. So I request to everyone, to help each other to come back from this disease. So now, how they overcome the depression, we will talk about that. How they rid with the depression. Franklin Roosevelt, okay, is the president of USA. So what he started the New Deal called the 3Rs. So in the 3Rs, what he did, the president, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So whatever they are using, they should reduce the quantity. Then what the quantity is left, they should reuse again, and whatever the quantity left, they should be coming to the use. If I give example, somebody order for a plate of biryani, instead of one plate biryani, they should order for a half plate, reduce. And those half plates, suppose it is remained, it is some biryani is there, support, they should be keep for another time, reuse. Then if suppose, recycle, instead of throwing that, just they may need to give to another person to eat. So in this way they can work on 3Rs. So this is the one program which president follow. And apart from this, there are so many things followed by the president. What he did, so many, as I said before, like, there are so many people died in the war, and civilian and the military. So what he did, he gave pension to the homeless people and the orphan peoples who don't have parents, who don't have father. So he started to give the social security to them. And what he did, he started, giving loans to the youth, to the younger people who are unemployed to start a new business. So by doing all these things, he just got a little bit improvement in the depression. By seeing him, how the USA rid or come out from the depression, the Britain also follow, the UK also follow the same thing, and they started the free hospital or the cheap hospital for the people, and the shelter for the homeless people, and also the education, free education, or less price in the education, and other things, what is required, like, loans. By seeing how USA got come out from the depression, UK also did the same thing. And now we will read very important topic about the German, how the German face the depression. It is very interesting and very tragic also to see. In the next slide. Economic depression in Germany. So how the Germany was facing this depression, if you talk about, almost the growth of industrial products was getting reduced. The company stop to produce almost, I can say that, 40% of production was reduced, because no one is buying. The people was so poor, due to that, no one is purchasing the products. So the manufacturing 40% was reduced. And if I could talk about the unemployment was also increased at that time. And there's lots of losses they face, especially if I talk about Germany. As I said, Germany was lost this battle, and so most of the people of the German, they got very poor, and they don't have the job. And those who are having the job, they are getting very less salary. And the people of German, especially the youth, they used to sit on the street near the exchange where they are getting the job. All the people are sitting on the street and playing cards and other games, and saying that, if somebody is passing from them, they are saying, do you have any job? They are willing to do any job. You can see that, how the people are, got suffered at that time. So they are willing to do anything in the German. So this was the problem they are facing. And another thing is that, the business and other entrepreneur, they are also facing at the time lots of problem. They are also, business comes under the crisis, like we see during Corona also, how the business people or business get crisis, and how the people lost their jobs, and even those people who are doing the job, they will get the less salary. So all these problems they face in the depression. May God help everyone. So now another thing is that, what the German think, German thing at that time, to come up from this problem, to solve this problem, what they did silly things. What they did, they make the money, they print more money. Like, they think, we need money to purchase anything, so let us print more money. So they meet lots of money, they print, and that, to print the money, we are having one condition, even international condition, we have to put the gold in the bank, then only we can get a certain limitation of amount money, that much only quantity we can print. But these people, what they did, they put print lots of money. So what happened, once they print lots of money, the money lost their value. So what happened, 1 crore become like a 1 rupee, suppose. So 1 crore become like a 1 rupee, means it's even less than the 1 rupee, means the people who save the money in the bank with the lots of struggle and day and night working, all the money will become dirt, it's become like a garbage. So can you imagine, to buy one loaf of bread, one piece of bread, they may need to carry the money in the black cart. So you can imagine that, how much money, how much quantity it was, to carry on the black cart, means definitely, even if I could say 1 crore also we can carry easily on our hand or in our bag, but to carry on black cart means it is definitely somewhere on 10, 15, 20 crore or 60, 50, 60 crore, that much money only we can carry on the black card. That too, if it is not 2000, if it is 100 rupees, 200 rupees note, or even 10 rupees, 20 rupees notes. So anyhow, this is the situation, worst situation the people have been suffered in the Germany during this depression. And we will talk about the next topic after this very important topic. We will discuss the next slide. Keep smiling. Hi friends, how are you? Let us continue our today's topic, which is yeah, of course, world between the world wars, and our topic is rise of fascism and Nazism. So today we will read in our topic fascism and Nazism. So how this ideology build? This ideology build in the defeated nation. Who are the defeated nation? The Germany and their alliances, Germany and Italy. So Italy ideology was fascism, and Germany ideology was Nazism. So as I told you before, what happened in the fascism and Nazism? The people, trained like a terrorist to forcefully capture other country, to punish other person, brutally kill them or brutally injured them and rob their property. So same like terrorists, how they attack on other countries, other people, innocent people, and capture them through the power. So likewise, what the defeated country think at that time, the Germany and the alliances, they can only defeat Britain through the power, through the anger. They think that, and that is the only thing that it makes those people, European people, become like a fascist and Nazis. In the destructive mood, they made themselves to fight against their enemies, and they want to get a control over the world. So let us understand about what are the other things they do. They forcefully go to another country or to other country, and if they find that country is a weak country, okay, there is no proper arm ammunition, they don't have any arm and ammunition, they don't have a powerful leader. So what they will do, they will go to that country and they will attack that country and they will capture those country. This fascist and Nazist country used to do at that time. Then next, what is there in their ideology? So they teach to their citizens of the country about this ideology. They want all the citizens of their country become terrorists like them, and in this fashion, in this manner, they want to train their citizens to fight with another country, to control, to capture another country. So as I said before, mostly we train our military they too in a right cause for the protection of our country. But these people, they won't train the army, they train the citizens. So they build their psychology in that manner. We have to take the revenge from the victorious group, and if we have to get our respect back, we may need to be get very anger and very cruel person. Then only we can get victory over them. So this is the psychology or the ideology they are having at that time. Yeah. So what is their ideal is that their state, they started to worship their state, their country. Like they give all the devotion to the country. Country is the first priority for them. They have to live for the country. They have to die for the country, and that too in a negative manner. Love is good. It's not bad. Okay, and devotion of a country and loving country is very good. We love our country. Our country is in our heart. But it doesn't mean, we go outside and just, I can say that, make the name of our country blame. So we may need to get do the good thing for our citizens of our country, for our country. Not we should beat other person. Our country name will be get spoiled. So that is what these people was not doing. What they are doing, they are just putting the negative shit on the country. I remember one movie, whenever the love word will come in my mind, okay, extreme love. So I saw one movie, I think you also saw that movie. That movie name is Dar. Shah Rukh Khan's terror movie. One dialogue, famous dialogue was there in that movie, that is Kiran. So this is called extreme love. In that movie, if you could see the Shah Rukh play a crazy man character who love extreme level. So we should not have that kind of psycho love towards our country. So these people used to having that psycho kick in their brain. They used to do that kind of love to the country and devotion, and give the devotion to their powerful leader like a Hitler. They have make a leader Hitler. We'll come later about him. We will talk about him later. And they give devotion Hitler. They will do whatever Hitler like, and whatever Hitler want, they will do according to him. And what are the other reasons which make them more powerful, more courageous in their in that ideology? So they will become more dangerous. So these are the few things which they have seen, and the experiment got successful at that time. So that is the reason only they will become more powerful and more dangerous. So Benito Mussolini, with the same ideology of fascism, in 1922, he became the vice chancellor of Italy, fascist person. Another Hitler Nazi party, 1933, he became the vice chancellor. And in Spain, this General Franco become the leader, 1933. And following this, this Japan also follow that same trend and become a fascist government, and started to give a torture to the China and other countries, other Asian countries, following the same evil steps of fascists and Nazis. And let us talk about little bit about the Hitler. Okay, why the Hitler become the leader of the German? The reason behind is that he is a very powerful speaker. So whenever he speak, it looks like AK-47. We have started the mouth of AK-47 or tank. He always warm out the words like tank or the AK-47. Very powerful speaker. So whenever he speak, other people will get crazy on his speech, and particularly he speak about the victorious country, how the victorious country captured the territory of German, and how they have to pay the taxes to them, and how they will get respect back from the victorious power, and how they can increase the wealth during the depression, because at the time German also going with the depression. So all these things was attracted to the middle class people, especially the youth who was unemployed at the time. Though they are thinking that he is a very powerful leader. Okay, and he can do anything for them. So that is the reason only the people started to trust and believe on Hitler, because they are thinking that this is the person, this is the only person who can get the respect of the German back. And that is the reason only the people started to like Hitler, and how the Hitler will become the future of German. We will talk in the next slide. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I will be back. Hi. So we are talking about the Hitler. So how the Hitler become popular in the German region? Because of his speech. As I said, he was a powerful leader, and that is the reason only the people of the German like him, and those people think that he will get their respect back. And what are the other things make him popular in the German region apart from the speech? By targeting the minority in the German region. What he used to do, he used to kill the minority. Was at the time in the German was Jewish people. Jewish people, they used to do the business in the German, like money lending and pawn business they used to do in the German region. So he started to target those people, those innocent people, without any reason. He ritually used to kill them. We will talk detail about this topic afterwards. So, and another community was there, Gypsies, a tribal community. He also used to target that community. So by doing this kind of things, he got more famous in the German region. Now Germany region, German people think that he is their leader who can get their respect back from the victorious country, and also he's having the capability to capture other countries. So based on that, he was contested in the election which taken place in the 1928. So in that election he got very less percent of vote, only 2.6% vote he got in the lower house of Germany, and that was not sufficient to make his government. And what he did, he started his activity more dangerously. He started his operation, and he started to killing very dangerously Jewish and other communities in the German region. And also he started his speeches more powerful, more dangerous against the victorious power, and giving the false hope to the people of Germany. See, by this hatred and by this anger, no one become powerful. We will become powerful through our talk, through our respect, through our love. What Gandhiji told us, to love each other like a brother and sister. So if we love others, we'll get the love. If we hate others, we will get the hate. So we should always love. So like yeah. This is what happened. Once after then he again contested in the next election, and then again in the 1932 he got the majority of the vote to his party. 37 vote he got at that time. Then he will become he was become a vice chancellor of German. Then after becoming a vice chancellor, he started his activities very dangerously. He used to, I can say that give a torture to the minorities and other evil activities. So let us talk about a little bit what happened, how they trained their fascism and Nazism to their children in this nation. So from childhood itself, between the age of 6 to 10 years, they started to teach them. And according to the one writer, he's saying that once the child born, they will give a small flag on their hand of their nation from childhood itself. So then when he will go to school, in school also they will get the same education of fascism culture. They will get the training. Fascism culture means worshipping the state, devotion to the Hitler. Whatever the Hitler say, they have to do. Again, I remember one thing. I would like to tell you, if you could allow me. I remember one movie, Mr. India. In that movie, Amrish Puri, he was a villain. So the I can say the servant of Amrish Puri was very obedient to him. Whatever Amrish Puri say, they used to do obediently. So in meeting, one person came in front of Amrish Puri and said that, I robbed that area and I killed so many persons. He said, "Mukhyamba khush hua hai." Another person came and said that, I have done this much of damage. I have looted a bank and done so much robbery. All these things. He said, "Mukhyamba khush hua hai," means Mukhyamba is so much happy. And again, one person came suddenly in front of him and dive into the, I can say that, what you can say, that acid pool. So where acid was there instead of water. So he jump and die. He said, "Mukhyamba khush hua hai," means Mukhyamba is so much happy. So likewise, the ideology. Sometimes our movie will teach us about these characters. So little bit portrait about the image of Hitler. So Hitler used to do the same thing in the German region. So the people of German used to give the devotion to them in this manner only, in this fashion only. And as I said that, they just born and just trained and just brought up like a bomb, So it is very dangerous way to get sustained in that fashion. So I was talking about the children, and let us see what he think about the woman in his view. So about the woman, he's not having a bad idea about the woman. So he's saying that women have nothing to do with the war. She's the one who give a birth to the warrior, means the fighter who come and fight for the German. Those fighter will be get born in the womb of mother. So mother is a training institution for a child. If I could say that, he's having a good view about the woman. The only thing I can think about him good, it is, he respect for the woman. So let us continue about his power, his dangerous power. Okay. So now, after that, what happened? On 3rd March 1933, one famous Enable Act was passed in German. So with this act, what happened? He got the total control of the German. Now he can do anything in the German. He can kill. He can dictator like a dictator. Whatever Hitler want, he can do of the Hitler, for the Hitler, by the Hitler. Total Hitler. So what he did next? He's appointed the cops in his force called SA, the police, SS, the secret police, and SD, the officers, administration. And the SS, it's very dangerous secret police. They are having rights to do anything they want. They can catch any person without any warrant or without anything. They can catch the person. They can pull into the torturing cell. They can disappear the person. They can do anything, whatever they want. No bail, nothing is there. No one can ask anything to them. That is the reason only this government called unquestioned power. So, no, these things become very dangerous in the German, and they become very deadly. So now let us see what are the other things are there. Okay, just give me a minute and don't angry me, please. I will be back in a moment. So let us read more about what are the other things done by the Hitlers. So as I said, Hitler is very dangerously operating his machine. So what he did next, he started to invest the money in the making of armaments, means arm and ammunition in the huge quantity, because he want to rule all over the world. He want to destroy their enemies. So by doing this, 1939, he made an attack on Poland. We will read about this later. And what other thing he does he did that, he killed 6 million Jews, innocent people in the Germany who was living there, minority people. So can you imagine 6 million people he killed, innocent, who did nothing to the Hitler and who have nothing to do with the Hitler ideology. Unnecessarily he killed so much people, and this is a big loss in humanity. He killed so many innocent peoples. Like if you could see the other people, 2 million gypsies, they're tribal people, innocent people. He's the one Hitler who killed those people, and he got lots of curse, and 1 million Polish civilian on Poland when he attacked, and 70,000, nearly 70,000 Germany people who was against him. You see, good people and bad people everywhere in the world. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't think so. All the people of German used to give him a support. Only few people, I believe, and most of the people, they either seal their mouth, or some people who open their mouth, perhaps he killed those people, as it shows in the figure. So 70,000 people who are against the Germany, people who are against the ideology of the Hitler. So those people have to face the problem. Those people got killed, and okay, then Second World War started, and we will start this in the fresh video. So we will discuss all about these things. So, and thank you so much for watching me and liking me. And of course sharing me. And please I request all the students to please kindly speak in English, and if you could speak in English, then only you will able to write all the social studies question and answers, because believe me, it is very, very easy and very interesting. If you could the only thing is that you have to do is you have to speak in English with your friends. What happened, most of us will take the admission in the English medium school, but we won't speak in English. We are having all the independence. Believe me, same thing happened to me also, because I have to go to some schools where they speak Hindi only, and sometimes I will be I will be get out of touch from the English. So sometimes even I have to find a struggle to get the words. So you have to promise me that you're going to talk to everyone in English. That is the only way to improve your English. So this much is enough for now. See you in the next video. Bye. Jai Hind. Hi, this is Zahir Khan. So I'm back with the topic. So in this topic, we will talk about Second World War from 1939 to 1945. For 6 years, they fought this war, Second World War, as we read in the previous video that about the First World War, which took place in 1940, and they fought almost for 4 years. No, the Second World War, they fought for almost 6 years, from 1939 to 1945. Now, first we will talk about what are the reasons behind this World War, why they fight for 6 years. We will talk about everything. Now, the first thing, what are the reason and the consequences of this World War, means the same what we have read in the First World War. Aggressive nationalism we have read already, militarism we have read already in the First World War, and imperialism we have read. Secret alliances, slightly different but the same, okay. And along with this, because earlier already we have talked about this topic, and already we have read about this in the First World War, so I think it's we may not need to get repeat again, okay. So now we will talk about what are the other reasons apart from this topics. The other reason here are Treaty of Versailles. So this is the big reason of the Second World War. What happened in the Treaty of Versailles is the victorious powers like Britain, France, German, they put imposed heavy taxes on defeating group, German and their alliances. And what Britain told, what the victorious told, you people, Britain and Triple Alliances are the responsible of the First World War, you are the one who created the First World War, so you have to pay all the money, all the expenditure, all the losses what we have got, what the losses have been faced during the First World War. All the losses have to be paid by this defeated side. German have to pay all the losses. So this is the one thing they put on the Treaty of Versailles. Another thing is that, and it was very humiliating because for them, and what they have done, they have took so many places of those countries, especially from the Germany, and they put imposes on them. They reduced their military. Earlier, before the First World, the size of the military, if I talk about the German, it is almost 1 lakh. They have reduced more than 75%, 80% of his military strength was reduced, and the arm and ammunition and warships and naval which is used in the navy force, all these things was removed from the Germany, and they put the taxes, and they have and on their other countries also, defeating countries also, and it was really humiliating for them. They feel very insulted, because the way they got treated in the they got treated in the Versailles city, they feel the people will feel it is the insult of that country. So they want to take the revenge against this victorious power Britain against those humiliating terms and conditions. They think that it's an insult of the Germany and Italy. So that is the reason only they make themselves in the destructive mood to attack on Britain and to take a revenge against the Britain and the other victorious side. So that is the reason only they grow and they sustain, or they can get developed in the destructive manner to destroy Britain and their alliances. And the next reason why, what is the other reason is that, and almost 32 delegations have been get called in that meeting Versailles from the different countries throughout the world. And the next reason is failure of League of Nations. Look here, after that First World War, they have made a League of Nations by saying that, in future they are not going to fight anymore like First World War. What happened in the First World War, it has happened. We are not going to fight again like that in the future. And they said that, okay, what other things they say? They say they will prevent the war. They will not allow to take the place like to take place again this kind of First World War what have been get place. And further they said that, okay, whatever the issues are there, whatever the problems are there, we will solve through the diplomatic way. We will not fight with any other. Okay. And the next thing they say that, we will going to do the improvement of the labor class people. We will work for the humanity. Okay, all these things they said, but unfortunately they will not work on those things, and they allow this kind of destructive powers, this kind of destructive ideology called fascism and Nazism. They are just watching them to grow up and become like a evil and kill others. So these are the reasons. We will continue this topic. Just give me a break and don't go anywhere. I will be back in a break. किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए तू, किथे चलिए. I will be back. We will continue our topic. So why this Second World War took place? What is the reason behind the Second World War? And why this Germany and Italy developed themselves in the destructive mood and got blasted in other countries? What is the reason behind that? That it is the Treaty of Versailles. So what happened in the Treaty of Versailles? The terms of Treaty of Versailles was very humiliating to them, and they feel like that, they become a slave of victorious power, because they put so many terms and so much terms and conditions that they cannot take a proper breath even. They feel like that, and that is the reason only they develop in the destructive mode to just make a fire on other countries. Another thing is that Germany want to become a superpower, and he want a supremacy on the Central Europe. So that is the reason only they have developed themselves in the destructive mode. let us talk about another topic, fear from socialism and Russia. What is there in the topic? So we will continue our topic. So as we are talking about the causes of the Second World War, now the next cause is fear from socialism and Russia. So this has also become one of the causes of the World War. Those countries, especially the victorious countries, those countries was fearing from the Russia and the communism. Because as I said before, in the communism, what happened? All the money which which come through the business or through the hospital or through the any organization, school, colleges, all this money will go to the country. Government will collect all the money. Later they will give in the form of salary equal amount of equally to the people. So in this way, what happened? All the people of the country are equal because they are getting the salaries from the government. So no rich, no poor will be there in the country. So by seeing this victorious countries, they find threat among them. They are thinking that if this kind of politics will take place in our country, then it is a big loss for those people who are very rich, and some people are they keep the black money. I'm not saying all the rich people are bad. We are having a good people in India, rich people. They give money to the poor people. I know about them. So little bit what I can say according to me. All the rich people are not bad. So rich people are very good. But here it is saying that those countries at that time, what those countries was thinking that if all the countries adopted the same kind of government, socialism and communism, then what happened? They cannot keep the money. All the money will go to the government, and all the it will be distributed among the people. So those countries find threat at that time. It is dangerous for them. So they just want to let the Germany and Italy to grow up in the destructive mode and with fascism and Nazism, and later they want to turn against the Russia. They want to put on Russia these human bombs. But unfortunately, what happened? The backfire took place, and it was the loss of the world. They have to face the Second World War. So this one happened, and after that we will talk about the Second World War reasons. So just give me a second. Just give me a second. I will tell you why I am taking this place. Yeah. Yeah, it's going. Actually, I'm using another phone, so the recording is very less here there. So I'm telling you honestly, those people who are recording the videos on the YouTube, it is very difficult task for them. Okay. Anyhow, we'll continue. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Huh? You don't have to pay any money for the subscription. Please, huh? Please. And like me, huh? If possible, give some comments. I feel very good. So see, now we will talk about the immediate cause of the Second World War. So as I said before, we have talked about the immediate cause of the First World War. What was the immediate cause? The murder of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the Crown Prince, the son of King of Austria. Now the Second World War, what happened? The Hitler, he invaded one country, Poland. In that country having one port called Danzig port. So he was invaded that country and the port. So what happened? This Poland having the alliances with the France, he's having the defense pact with the France. Anything happened to this country, then this country will support to him. So now, okay, he is the alliance of the allied power. Now we will talk about the powers here. Okay, in the first world we have to talk about the powers. We have read that for Germany having triple alliances is led by Germany, and the Britain group having Britain group name was Triple Entity. But here the German group name was Axis power and England group was Allied power. In the Second World War, just remember, First World War, Second World War difference means this Axis power, Allied power, and Triple Alliance, Triple Entity. Just remember this. Don't do any mistake here. Okay. Okay. Fine. Next. So what happened? So as he invaded the Poland, then suddenly France attack on Germany, and after that Germany also attack on France, and likewise all the groups all the countries they will they fight with each other, and all this World War, Second World War become started. Then after that what happened? Then Hitler he attacked on Pearl Harbor, so USA also entered in the war, and then next later what happened? Then USA and France together they occupy the Germany. They defeat the Germany. They occupied East. Russia occupied the East Germany, which is called German Democratic Republic, and USA occupy FRG. This means Federal Republic Germany. So in this way, they occupy all the, they capture all the German. Just I will check. 1 second. It is. Yeah, not finished. It is going. Huh? So fine. So now we will see. Okay, they occupied the Germany. So in this fashion, the Second World War stopped. Now what happened? After that, what happened with the Hitler and his gang? All the people did suicide because they don't want to be get arrested. So again, they will find humility. So they did suicide, and in this way, the Second World War, the end of the German and end of the Japan. What they did, they throw. Hi. Sorry for the inconvenience. So as we are talking about the Second World War, how the Second World War stopped? One-sided they stopped, they captured the Germany. Other side, what they have done, they throw the bomb on the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These are the cities of the Japan. What they did, they threw the atom bomb. USA threw the atom bomb on Germany, on Japan. Sorry, on the Japan, and their cities are Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It was an atom bomb. Okay, so what happened? After that, Japan surrendered themselves, and what they did, they have not done any damage to Japan. What they said, simply they said, either join the republic or democratic. That's all. So the agreement was done with the Japan. In this way, they finished the Second World War because they don't want to see another Third World War. That is the reason only they will not put any compensation or them or any humiliating terms on them. We will discuss this topic continuing. Just give me a second. So we will go with the next slide, and thank you so much for being with me. So we will continue our topic. So what happened after that? Consequences of the World War. What happened after the World War? End of the colonial power. So earlier we saw that Britain alliances and Germany alliances, all those colonial power, those who go to other country and capture those country, all those colonial power was get stopped. Either they adopted the democracy or they become a republic. And if you talk about the other countries like our India and other countries, China, Indonesia, Egypt, Vietnam, this country was under the colonial rule, and they also got the independence. Then if you talk about the enormous human cost, what is the loss of the human loss with this World War, if we talk about, then almost 10 million people was killed during the First World War. We can see how much a big loss of the human life in the First World War. In the Second World War, if you could say, 20 to 25 million people died almost in the Second World War. So big loss of a human. And if you talk about our Indian soldier, our Indian soldier also participated. They went to fight against these evil forces, fascism and nazism. Always our country condemned this kind of evil forces, and always our country participated to fight against this evil power. So that time also our soldier went, salute to them. And in the First World, our 75,000 soldier goes to paradise who fight against these evil forces, this German alliances, fascism and nazism. In the Second World War, our 87,000 soldiers went to fight against the same German fascism and nazism. So just big salute for to them, to our soldiers. I'm proud of our soldier, or our country India. And you see, and then it's next we will talk about what happened after this. Just give me a second, I will check whether this camera is stop or not. Thank God, it's still running. Huh? So now we will continue this topic. So what happened after this? A big famine took place in India, so in Bengal region. So there is a lack of food. We are not getting the food, shortage of food and everything. We are having a separate topic for this shortage. We will discuss later. But we also face lots of problems at the time of world wars. Next thing is the democratic principle asserted. So the country who was participated in the world war, so what they did, they told those countries to adopt this democracy or republic, to become a republic. In that case, the Turkey and most of the countries become democratic. So Change in balance power, we can see a little bit power was changed in the balance. If you could see the First World War, some countries have been captured by the Germany, so there is a slightly changes in the world map at the time of the First World War. And after that, they will, those countries they will take back by the Russia, by the France in the Second World War. So the map was get a little bit change of these countries occupied by each other. So that slightly we can get a change in the map. Then next we are having the uh, okay, rights of women, right to vote, enfranchisement of women. So women also got the power to right to vote. Okay, earlier women used to get ignored, but what happened after they seeing the demonstration on the Russian, and they got revelation in the Russian because of the women. Only 10,000 women was participated in that war, and how the women show that braveness. Women is great. So they equally they decided to give the equal rights to the women, and women was like same like a men. So they started to work in the company, in the hospital, in the bank, in the school. They get the equal opportunity like a men. So in this way, women also get our status. And lastly, the new international organization. And after this, the new international organization was formed. United Nations of Organization, UNO, and WHO World Health Organization. So they just still these organizations are here, and they are making sure to not to take this kind of world war again in the future, because it is the cost of human life, money, and everything. So these are the things we have read in the World War. I hope you understand all these things. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. I will be here for your support. I will be glad to assist you. Thank you so much again for listening to me. And please take care of yourself and have a very great day. Bye. And Jai Hind.